Alrighty guys, it's JP127 here. Welcome back to another episode of LEGO Lord of the Rings. In the last LBA episode, we've basically completed the return journey, and we've cleared up pretty much everything in the Shire, the Hobbiton. And surprisingly enough, when I teleported here to Bree, I realized we got all the Mithril bricks when I did. When I started the last episode, we had 7. It's like there was like one somewhere in Hobbiton. And that also counted for Bree. But what does it matter? In today's episode, we are going to be forging items at the blacksmith. Yes, before we get started on our adventure of collecting in mini kits and lost treasures. But first, let me collect more of these studs so I can purchase some, you know, purchase some of those red power bricks once we forge some of these mithril items. Okay, got this purple stud, and then head up there so I can grab those studs. There we go. Nice, we're past 400,000 studs. Okay, is there any spotting? I'll come. Time to head into the blacksmith and start forging some mithril items. Some blacksmith designs. Okay. Alright, and there's Gimli the blacksmith. Let's smash up all of these. Needs us to get a few more studs. There we go. And look at all of these. We forged the mithril trowel. There's the mithril whistle sword, mithril rope, mithril shield, mithril headdress, mithril gloves, mithril boxing gloves, mithril squeak sword, mithril ice bow, mithril cluster bow, mithril disco file, mithril bottomless bucket, mithril camouflage tome, mithril spring boots, mithril skeleton bow, mithril ice sword, which freezes your enemy when you strike them, mithril paintbrush, mithril hairbrush, and mithril skeleton sword. So, let's actually start up here with the mithril whistle sword, and then the mithril rope. Look at all the we collected. We had 148 in there, with a total of 150 mithril bricks collected, which is definitely awesome. Right, Sam. Oh, that was weird. And the third blow. Oh, okay. Gimli pour it out. Use those mithril bricks to forge the mithril whistle sword. Look at that! It's like in the of a flute. Like, there we go. Mithril whistle sword. Alright, Frodo. Oh, let's. The mithril rope. 3 mithril bricks. It's definitely awesome. And for some of these items, I know some people who want some of these stuff, and there's some that would be very useful on our LBA adventures, especially when we head to Mordor, or once I've get enough multipliers. As if you want, I mean, where's studs times 10? If we already found 8, it's in Mordor, and it's cost 10 million studs. So that's why I want to be prepared and grab some multipliers before I head there, so I don't have to worry about running all the way back. Well, there you have it. There's the mithril rope. Next, the mithril shield. Nice, 3 mithril bricks. Okay. If we forge the mithril shield, a dwarf near Helm's Deep, he will give us a secret of and 8 times as many studs. But it's multipliers can be quite expensive, so yeah, I want to be prepared with enough money in hand. So that's why I'm going to start with the ×2 multiplier. The mithril shield is awesome. Alright, right beneath the mithril trowel and right above the mithril file. Okay, mithril headdress. Right? And I know an elf in the dead marshes that wants to fix the air problem. Okay, throw that stuff in there. Alright. Alright, Sam. Get started. There we go. So heat it up again. But I wonder what the mithril headdress is actually going to be used for. I thought I meant wearing it, but I don't know what it could do. Well, there it is. Mithril headdress. That's very cool. Right there, right beneath the mithril rope. Okay, then we'll forge the mithril gloves, which will allow anyone to swing on poles, which is definitely going to be useful. Hey, throw that stuff in there. Okay, Sam, it's working. Okay, there we go. Jimmy's just gonna grab it and forge it. Right, there we go. The mithril gloves. That's very cool. And look, next to it is a mithril shockwave axe, which is definitely something for an elf in Lothlorien. Yeah, actually, it's curious. Mithril boxing gloves are next, which will give anyone strength. Alright. Okay. Right. There we go. Right. And the mithril boxing gloves are being forged. Well, now it has been forged. There we go. Alright, look at those boxing gloves. And I know someone who outside, right here in Bree, would want these. Right. Up. Come on. There we go. The mithril squeak sword. Yeah, I know. Or a man in mortal, or who would want this to give us ×10. Alright, Sam, get that. Those thing working again. Look, jump on the bellows. There we go. Okay, grab the piece. And look at all those designs. There's an axe up there, a bucket, and those look like more gold blades that the Witch King used. There's the mithril squeak sword that looks like a teddy bear on the top. There we go. These seem like we're forging in the bows next. Be the mithril ice bow and then the mithril cluster bow. Mithril ice bow, 8 mithril bricks. We got out a lot. Alright. Okay, put it in the furnace. It's just going to be the same process over and over again. But of course I want you guys to see the creations Alright, Sam. There we go. Okay. Unfortunately, through ice bow, which will freeze anyone into place when shot. Look, it's like it's got ice crystals on there. There's the ice bow. Okay. Next on our list would be the hold on, there we go. The mithril cluster bow, which will fire 3 arrows at once, which is definitely forged. Mithril disco file. Even though, if you look at it differently, it kind of looks like a bomb with lines everywhere, but the circle part is just part of a disco. Look at that. There's that first column completed. Right next on the list is the mithril bottomless bucket. You get endless supplies of water without having to refill in any pools, which is really very useful. That way we don't have to worry about switching to Pippin all the time or bringing out the wooden bucket. Okay, let's have Frodo push on the bellows to heat up the furnace. Well, let's fire up the furnace. Still, it's the same thing. Alright. Alright, the mithril bottomless bucket. This is very awesome. And very useful. Next, the mithril camouflage home, and the third column will be complete. Mithril camouflage tome, which will definitely give it a funny disguise look, but still awesome. Alright. Alright. Hey Frodo, get started. Okay. Right, and then pull it out of the furnace, and then forge the mithril camouflage tome. Yes, it gives us a funny look, a disguise. Now, before I'm gonna forge the mithril spring boots, which will allow anyone to jump as high as elves, I want to show you what this tome hides you in. That's the third column completed. Okay, let me show you the mithril camouflage tome. Okay, it's all the way down on the bottom. Watch this. Look at that! You disguise yourself into a Christmas tree. Isn't that funny? Y- y- I know it's funny, right? You disguise yourself into a Christmas tree. I don't know if that's gonna be useful for finding the black riders in dead marshes, so as we might want to blend in with the environment. Here, let's forge the Mithro spring boots, which will allow anyone to jump as high as elves. Okay, put all that in there. Right, just read that in. And we're gonna heat up the furnace. Alright. Grab it. Hey, yo. That's that rope. Oh, design's completed. Let me throw spring boots. Alright. Go. Put that on. And this next row will be just full of stuff of the people we not really want. And it's basically just 16 of them. So I'm just going to decide what I want. I'm gonna forge the Mithril Ice Sword since that's a very awesome sword and definitely freeze your enemies. These will freeze anyone else that you touch. If we were forge 2, we would 32 Mithril bricks, and the other two at the bottom 16. But now we're one short. Okay, up on the bellows to fire up the furnace. There we go, and then we'll forge one more of those items. And we're gonna go okay, and we have the Mithril gloves and then the Alpha ribbons out. That once the gloves that will give us studs times 2. Yeah, we'll go her first to get at that first multiplier. Go Mithril Ice Sword. Right now, which one should I do? Who last for the? How about the Mithril paintbrush? Right, use 16 of them. And our one. And Bree, since I'm here at Bree. Okay. Right, let's grab some of these studs to get more money, just to be prepared for whatever cost that these red power bricks could be. Alright, there we go. And now we're as a half point of 400,000. Let's turn this. Okay. And then we jump up here. Got more of these studs. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's deliver these mithril boxing gloves. If he's gonna come out. If he comes. Here you go, sir. Any minute now he's gonna pull him out. Frodo? Come on, pull him out, Frodo.
You have my thanks.
There we go. You're welcome. How much? I'll take it. Mithril brick finder. Okay. Let's grab these blue studs. Regain our part. Stud count. Let's activate the mithril spring boats to help us jump up there. There we go. See, now we can jump as high as elves. Go. Okay, I'm gonna teleport myself all the way to Rivendell so I can deliver these mithril gloves. You can see here the quests now have exclamation marks on them. Once they add shows, that means you have the right items that those characters need, or if they want one. Like, this man down here wants a mithril ice bow. We forged it for him. And any other items that we forged the blacksmith, and we have we read with an exclamation mark. Hey, and there's a nice what the red exclamation marks mean. Let's head to Rivendell. Yes, I'm gonna stick with night since there's still a few things to get at night. Basically, like nearly everything's available at night. Right, only Tom Bombadil will be available at the day. Okay, let's wait for this to finish loading. And we'll head this way, so that's where the elf is that wants the mithril gloves. Okay. Let's head up here. And just head down there. And there's that circle to represent the quest. You can make the pull without having to. Nope. This is like I can reach that. Let's pull out a bow. Let me throw ice bows. He's the one I can only shoot one. Whoops! I tripped. There we go. There we go. And jump up here. And deliver this elf some mithril gloves.
Eternal gratitude.
There we go. Studs times 2. And let's activate that. Okay, let's finish loading, saving. Go. Extras. Studs times 2. On. Okay, let's jump up here. It's right. What to do next? These times 4 will be given to by this J.R.R that wants a mithril fishing rod. This dwarf will give us times 8, but that's pretty expensive. We're not even there yet. This will give us 6 times. And then this one will give us 10. At least times 10, that is. So basically, I think that's all I'm gonna be doing. I was just forging blacksmith designs and then hitting these studs times 2 multiplier. So that's the only one that I can get it right now. And okay, so I guess that just wraps up today's video. Oh, I hope you enjoy watching it. Just watching me forge all of those blacksmith designs, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode where we will now explore some levels and collect some mini kits and some treasures.